And another one bites the dust. And this time it's Snow. Or rather, and his alter ego, Damascus Minaret. Interesting that you should choose an alter ego with the name that begins Dumas. Snow. Damascus Minaret. Or Minaret in your case. No, you're not a scientist. What a joke. I mean, it's breathtaking. You say you've got a degree in biomedical sciences. That's a qualification for laboratory assistants. These are not the fountains of knowledge. I'm fairly sure I could walk up to laboratory assistants and ask them where atomic elements come from and get the same reply that you've essentially given, which is, I don't know. No, these are not fountains of knowledge, Snow. Technically capable, perhaps, but then so's the guy who fixes my car. I offered to have a little quiz challenge with you. I asked you to tell me what qualification you got in science, with the intention of me asking you 10 questions with a 1-hour time limit so you couldn't research the answers, and in that same hour you could ask me 20 questions about cosmology and astrophysics and physics, no equations and no maths included. And you ignored that challenge. And now that I know what your qualification is, I mean, what the hell am I going to ask you? How do you fill a test tube properly with a pipette? The sheer fact that the questions that I could ask you within the confines of the subject of biomedical sciences and the broad sweep of questions that you could ask me should tell you that the qualification that you've got, if you've got it, is so inferior in terms of the study of reality that you are not qualified to talk about reality. You play with reality. I play with the spelling of the name Damascus Minaret. You play with reality. You're not a scientist. You never were an atheist. When you made that comment, or you did a whole video actually, saying I asked where all the ex-Muslims were, and you said, where are all the ex-atheists that have become Muslims, without realizing that that's what you've been claiming to be all along. Such a mistake doesn't happen. I don't forget for a second that I'm an atheist. So for you to forget that you were once an atheist, no, that doesn't happen, Snow. That only happens when you're lying to people. It's pathetic. I have in my mind a football game, all the atheists against the believers, and the atheists are smacking in goals from 30 yards, they're curling shots in, they're doing volleys, half volleys, bicycle kicks. There's almost no room in the believers' goal because of all the balls that we've crammed in there at high velocity. And there you are, sneaking along the sidelines dressed in camouflage up to the atheist's goal. You reach into your pocket and pull out a golf ball, throw it through the side netting, and then run down the line as if you've just won the World Cup, going, I have destroyed atheism. You've not. You just cheat. You don't debate. A good point is raised and you simply don't answer it. When I make claims that Islam is dangerous, you come on the immediate reply going, no it's not, we're a peaceful blah 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 blah. And then I do a video saying, well, which of us would get killed first? Me going to Finsbury Park and saying Allah does not exist, or you going to an atheist convention and saying Allah is real? I asked you which one of us would get killed first, and you cannot answer that, because that would be to concede 1 point, and you never do that. You blow smoke screens. This claim of yours that you understand science could not be further from the truth. So that has to be a lie. It has to be. You have to know that. When I was ignorant about science, I knew that I was ignorant about science. I didn't know why or in what areas I was ignorant, but I knew that I was ignorant. So you do know that you are largely ignorant. You did a video trying to disprove evolution where you said, where do these atomic elements come from then? Well, anyone should understand that if they're not ignorant of science. For the average citizen, it's okay to not know the answer to that question. But to say that you're from a scientific background and not know the answer to that question is ignorance. You have ignored a large part of the story of how we came to be. Why else did I block you? Oh, there's so many reasons. Let me count the ways, Snow. I think in the end, what it's down to is becoming finally convinced that your contribution to the cause of Islam is to simply waste the time of people like myself who can explain certain things to a reasonable degree. That's your job, to draw fire away from the utterly stupid towards your disguise of reasonableness. It's just a disguise, and I've finally seen through that, and having seen through it, it would be a crime for me to continue to waste any more time on you, to allow you to deliberately waste my time. I did have hopes for you, but the last PM exchange between us, that was just so revealing. I tried to explain to Snow that terrorism cannot win against a militarily superior power, especially a power of the scale of the United States of America. There would be retribution. It may be blind, it may be in a sense wicked, but there would have to be retribution to try and put off similar acts in the future. It is how the State of Israel works. It is how it worked after 9/11. 2 countries were decimated militarily as a result of that act against the Twin Towers. 3,000 lives were lost there. 600,000 were lost on the other side as a result. The same thing would happen with an atomic explosion in an American city. There would be retribution, and that retribution in terms of numbers would be greater than the loss on the American side. So, atheists, by trying to ask Islam to reel in the fanaticists, are actually trying to save more Islamic lives than Western ones. And I said this to Snow thinking that the point was undeniable. And instead he asked me if it was a threat. As if I am in control of the nuclear arsenal. He's an idiot. You're childish and childlike. I'm not the most mature 45-year-old, not 50. I'm not the most mature 45-year-old on the planet, and I don't intend to be the most mature 50 or 60, or however long I get to live on this planet. I'm never going to be mature. Screw that. It's boring. But just because I'm not necessarily mature doesn't mean I don't know a planet more than you do. Anyone who wants to talk to Snow, I suggest you save your breath. But if you are going to do it, I suggest you use the language that Snow uses. Give him the responses that he gives to the considered arguments of atheists, which is to basically go la 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 la, and you call me immature. That's what you do. You put the la in Allah.